Before stepping into the role of host for The Price is Right, Carey had already established himself as a successful comedian. His rise to fame began with his appearances on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, which opened the door for his own successful sitcom, The Drew Carey Show. His unique sense of humor and everyman appeal made him a household name. When Bob Barker retired, Drew Carey was selected to take over hosting duties, a role he has embraced wholeheartedly. Over the years, he has brought his distinct style to the show, making it his own while maintaining the traditions that fans have loved for decades. However, not all fans are entirely pleased with his style of humor. Some have begun expressing their frustration with what they refer to as Drew's Drew-isms, a set of recurring jokes and catchphrases that he frequently incorporates into the show. While many viewers enjoy his comedic style, others believe some of his jokes have become repetitive and lack freshness. Fans call for an end to Drew Carey's donut jokes. Drew Carey is known for his love of jokes, often leaning toward classic dad jokes. However, a growing number of fans feel that certain jokes, particularly those centered around donuts, have worn out their welcome. This criticism became especially pronounced during The Price is Right spin-off, where some viewers found one of his jokes to be confusing rather than amusing. One fan took to social media to express their frustration, stating, "It's confusing since some have no idea what Drew is talking about, hence, it's strange." However, this opinion was met with mixed reactions from other fans. One person defended Carey's comedic choices, explaining, "It's just a Drew-ism. A strange one, but it's just a Drew-ism." Another viewer encouraged Carey to keep doing what he does best, saying, "Nah, I love Drew. Keep doing you, Drew." Others were more critical of the initial complaint. One fan responded harshly, writing, "It's Drew's job to make the jokes, not to explain the jokes. Remember that as you stumble through life." Another pointed out that Carey's recurring humor is part of the charm of the show, stating, "It's a running gag no different than the 37 hours joke in Range Game. Drew having a blast helps make the show more fun." Drew Carey's popularity as The Price is Right host. While some viewers may nitpick Drew Carey's comedic style, he remains one of the most beloved game show hosts on television. His hosting style is characterized by his friendly and encouraging demeanor, as he consistently cheers for contestants and supports them throughout the game. He also does not hesitate to defend players when audience members become overly critical or rude. One such incident occurred during a recent episode when a contestant named Brian was playing the game Switcheroo. As Brian made his choices, some members of the audience began booing and making negative comments. Undeterred, Drew quickly intervened, turning to the crowd and quipping, "Good morning, judgmental." Despite the audience's lack of support, Brian stuck to his strategy and ultimately won a new car. This moment further solidified Carey's reputation as a supportive and engaging host who genuinely wants contestants to succeed. His lighthearted banter and quick wit continue to make The Price is Right an enjoyable viewing experience for many. Beyond just cheering on contestants, Carey has also become a trusted presence on daytime television. His warmth and affability ensure that contestants feel comfortable and relaxed, which is important for a show that thrives on enthusiasm and excitement. While his sense of humor is not for everyone, it is undeniable that he has brought his own unique touch to the long-running series. A love-hate relationship with Drew-isms. At the end of the day, Drew Carey's Drew-isms are a defining part of his personality on the show. While some fans may tire of his recurring jokes, many others appreciate them as part of what makes his hosting style unique. Whether it's a donut joke or an inside reference, his humor keeps the atmosphere lively and entertaining. It is also worth noting that every game show host has their own quirks and catchphrases. Bob Barker, for instance, was well known for reminding viewers to have their pets spayed or neutered. His calm and composed demeanor became a signature trait, one that is still fondly remembered today. Similarly, Drew Carey's jokes and offbeat humor are just part of his hosting identity. Game shows thrive on routine and familiarity. The repetition of games, the excitement of spinning the big wheel, and the anticipation of the showcase showdown all contribute to the show's enduring appeal. It makes sense then that Drew Carey's jokes would also become part of that rhythm. For many fans, his humor is a comforting and familiar aspect of The Price is Right, much like the games themselves. How Drew Carey compares to other game show hosts. Comparisons between Drew Carey and his predecessor, Bob Barker, are inevitable. Barker hosted The Price is Right for 35 years, becoming one of the most iconic television hosts of all time. His presence was so deeply ingrained in the show that many wondered if anyone could successfully fill his shoes. Drew Carey took on the challenge with enthusiasm, and while his approach is different from Barker's, he has proven to be a capable and beloved host. Where Barker was more composed and authoritative, Carey is more laid back and casual. His interactions with contestants feel more like friendly conversations rather than a formal host-contestant dynamic. This shift in tone has resonated with many viewers, though it has also drawn some criticism from longtime fans who prefer the traditional style of hosting. Outside of The Price is Right, other game show hosts also bring their unique styles to their respective shows. Steve Harvey, for example, is known for his expressive reactions and comedic timing on Family Feud. Alex Trebek, the late host of Jeopardy, was revered for his intellect and composed demeanor. Pat Sajak's witty banter with contestants has made him a staple on Wheel of Fortune for decades. Each host has their own way of making their shows engaging, and Drew Carey's comedic style is simply his version of that. The future of The Price is Right with Drew Carey. As long as Drew Carey remains host of The Price is Right, his humor will likely remain a prominent part of the show. While some viewers may continue to voice their opinions about his jokes, it is clear that he has a loyal fan base that appreciates his contributions. His ability to make contestants feel comfortable, his quick wit, and his genuine excitement for the game all contribute to the show's ongoing success. Looking ahead, it will be interesting to see if Carey adjusts his comedic approach based on fan feedback, or if he continues to embrace his signature style. Either way, he has cemented his place in The Price is Right history, bringing his own flavor to a beloved television staple. What do you think about Drew Carey's hosting style on The Price is Right? Do you find his Drew-isms amusing, or do you think they have become too repetitive? Do you prefer his style over Bob Barker's, or do you miss the classic approach? Share your thoughts in the comments below.